Welcome back to the Ennui Talk podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Winter. Thank you for joining us
I'm
here.
your co-host.
On a fine, wonderful autumn after. Fuck off, Sam. I'm trying. And I'm here with Sam Davis. If you really.
Oh, you're so good at keeping the viewers invested.
You know what? I just want to get this over and done with. I've had a rough day at work and I'm sort of sick of this shit.
That's not the spirit, mate. I thought you had a good day at work.
No, I have to do with children.
I was misinformed.
I know, it might shock some people, but I actually don't like kids. I hate kids. I don't love kids.
Well, imagine my shock at hearing that. Holy crap.
You think you're so fucking funny, don't you, Sam? How are you actually, Sam? Like for actual, not
I'm good. No, I don't think I'm fine. No, I'm really well. Been doing well recently. How are you, Matthew?
Yeah, I'm good. Same old. Working hard. Snorting lines, rooting nines, as they say.
Smoking darts and breaking hearts. Fantastic.
That's me. I've definitely sucked on a cigarette before. Have you actually?
What did you think of it?
It tasted like ass, and I love ass. We're a very highbrow podcast here. Here at the Ennui Talk podcast. I'm here on my Ennui HQ in Scone, New South Wales, and you're in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, Mount Martha.
I'm in Ennui. Why does everyone call it that? Ennui HQ here at Mount Martha location. Please don't break into this studio. There's actually no lock on the door at the moment. So if you figure out where I live, please don't steal all this. There's a lot of expensive equipment in here, and we're trying to install a lock in this studio, and we haven't quite done that yet. So yeah, it's definitely concerned, to tell you the truth.
Wasn't the locksmith supposed to come today? I thought he was there today. He told me he was coming today.
No, the painter came today. The painter that can hardly walk painted out. Oh, that's a bit rough. That painted the room above this one. He did a fantastic job. Sorry. The painter. He did a good job. I'm not going to say his name because that just makes it weirder, I think.
Was he disabled? Was he just old?
No, he could walk. Only just.
What sort of profession? Why is he in painting?
For a long time.
Oh, fuck me. Just give it up already.
He's been for like 50 years or 60 years probably.
Then fucking get your pension and get out, cunt. Fuck. Sorry, I'm thinking,
he's been a loyal and faithful servant, but only I can live forever. Such a shit quote. Anyway,
that was a very, very shit quote. And you know what? I'm fucking moving on. I'm moving on from that shit quote.
So what have we got? What have we got going today? What's happening? What's up?
We don't do topics. You know this. Is that what you're trying to get into? We don't do topics here.
No, that wasn't what I was trying to get into. I was just seeing what's up. I was just trying to be a friend, but okay. Do
you think we're friends? Do you actually think we're friends?
Yeah, I just show up every week on a video call just to be the filler of your podcast. We're not friends at all.
I'm gonna tell a little story here. I'm gonna tell a story how me and Sam met. So Sam saw my YouTube channel. He saw a podcast I did with Noke Eric. Shout out Noke Eric. And I got the email. I'm like, who is this fucking phony motherfucker? He's like, I think your podcast's really cool. Did you actually?
I read back my email to you and I cringed at some parts.
What was the cringiest part?
Paragraph of me talking about myself. There's a whole paragraph where I'm like, I'm also a YouTuber. No, it was cool. I think you were immediately just like replied like, yeah, hit me up on Discord and so it wasn't just like, oh, thanks very much, but thanks anyway.
I didn't do that.
You know when everyone replies, everyone.
I sent a link that said, click. First of all, mate, thanks for the email. Click this link. Here's my PayPal. Donate first, and then I might respond again. Okay. Then I just sent nothing else. Not even like an email, like a signature. That was it.
Here's my LinkedIn with all my porn acting credits. My midget porn acting credits.
Wait, you're in midget porn or I'm in midget porn?
No, that's what you said. Here's my LinkedIn. Here's my midget porn acting credits. Check them all out.
I don't do midget porn. I do regular porn. I would never have sex with a midget. I'm sorry if that offends you.
No, you're the guy that watches in the corner and
I'm not a cuck.
This is meant to be a family-friendly podcast.
We're actually the number one anti-vax podcast. I've actually that's so I just keep when people ask me my podcast in public, it's oh yeah, we're the number one anti-vax podcast on the internet, and then they stop asking questions, and that's what I want. I hate when people ask about the podcast in real life, or when they go really loud. How's the podcast going? Out loud, and I'm like, don't tell people I have a podcast. And then people go, oh, don't you want people to know? I'm like, yeah, not you, you know, little fucking 16-year-old Jimmy who's fucking putting down nuggets, like. I don't know. It's cringe when people like. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's people.
Better than nothing though.
I'd rather nothing. I'd rather just people not even know about my podcast. Yeah, but you're a self-righteous fuck. I bet you're the guy who every single video you put out, you share it on your fucking Facebook, and you put it on your story, and you put it like, I don't know.
That's that. Get fucked.
No, that's different. That's different. No. Instagram is like
I'm operating as a business, not as a person.
No, I mean more like on like Facebook, where you share it on your private Facebook. Do you know what I mean? Where you have like, you know, your 100 friends, including your grandma and your auntie, and like, you know, family members you've never seen in like years. And they're the ones who watch it.
Hey,
or like my ex-fiance's grandparents. I'm still friends with my ex-fiance's grandparents on Facebook. I don't know if I should probably like... I don't use it.
You should promote them to Ennui board member.
You do realize that all old people have terrible takes. They're like, oh, let's, you know, radio's still a thing.
You never know.
What? Name one old person who's had a good idea. Go.
Oh, you know, Dick Smith.
Dick Smith. That was your example.
Jim's mowing.
He started when he was young, then he got old. Are you fucking dumb?
Let's see. God had some good ideas, man. He had some good ideas. Being able to
Name
breathe.
One.
That's a good idea.
Being able to breathe.
I mean, it's smart, you know. Wasn't Gold Methuselah? Oh man, that guy was smart. Like Methuselah was like, he was very old, but he had some good ideas.
Who the fuck is Methuselah? Yeah. Did you study religion in high school?
When I was a little kid, yeah, I went to Sunday school and I learned everything in religion. I know literally a lot of stories from the Bible, almost all of them actually. I'm sadly not religious anymore. Sorry to our religious viewers for letting you down. But yeah, no, I actually, fun fact, I went on a date with a girl that was like a heavy God believer, and she showed me it was going so well the day. There was nothing wrong with it. And she's like, look at my background, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, what the fuck's happening here? That went downhill fast. And she was like, no, I didn't say that. That's rude. I wasn't going to be that guy. I wasn't going to be that fucking atheist. Amazing atheist.
See, when I was in primary school, we had chapel, and we'd play like songs like there was one that really stood out. It was like I remember one that went ayo ayo John 14:6. Ayo ayo John 14:6. And then that's all I really remember. Like, was it supposed to be like, hey kids, here's some catchy songs to make you believe in God? Didn't work. Maybe, I don't know. Religion's should we really be discussing religion on the podcast? Probably not. We all have beliefs.
Well, it's not like what's his face? It's not like you're doing radio and it's like Carl Sanderland saying that the Virgin Mary, like saying fuck shit about that, but because half his listeners are religious, they all
Did he actually do that?
Yeah, he said something about the Virgin Mary, like wearing what I can't remember what he said, but it was something really bad because his audience was like, it's everyone. It's not just like it's different with
it's public
Australian
radio.
Commercial television and Australian commercial radio. You can't say certain shit. Whereas a podcast, I think you could get away with saying a lot of really offensive shit. But yeah, that guy's a shock jock though. He doesn't give a shit.
But that's his thing. That's he's always been like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no one likes him for it.
I don't really like him. He wasn't that good when he was like on, I don't know, Australian Idol or any of those other shows where he like did, what do you call it? Like the shock jock
career cash
persona.
grabs.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I will give him credit. He's been on every single one except The Voice. He's been on every single singing and other type of reality show as either a host or a judge.
Oh,
Been on all of
really?
them, so I'll give him
So
credit. He's
Australian
dipped
Idol.
his toe in every single one. Australian Idol,
Did he
the
really
X
though?
Factor Australia. He was on one
Yeah.
season of that. He was on Big Brother as the host and a housemate
Oh, he was
twice.
too. Really?
And yeah, twice a housemate, once a host of a full series. But he'd always call in sick from Australian Idol, even the recent season from Big Brother. And fun fact about Carl Sandilands on Big Brother, he had a massive cocaine addiction during that show. And he called in sick because he did too much coke a couple of weeks in a row, or 2 or 3 weeks in a row. He was coming down. He had to go to rehab and fix up his coke addiction for the end of the series. But in the launch night of that show, everyone's like, you know, tweeting in or whatever it was back then, 2008. It wasn't tweeting
in.
But everyone's like, why is he tweeting? Everyone's commenting, why is the guy's eye twitching so much? He was twitching like this and like talking about housemates, and it's just a coke twitch.
So you're telling me that a coke addiction is funny? Is that what you're trying to say? You are a fucked up person if you think
Carl Sandilands' coke addiction, yeah, is hilarious.
You're a terrible person.
Nah, I feel bad. Nah, that's not right. What? He's the one person anyone could shit on and not feel bad about it, though. Considering the amount of shit he's talked about so many other people.
But that's his thing, and that's it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like the whole shock jock sort of. I don't know the persona. People.
Well,
like I don't know.
It's a bit of a shock jock, aren't you?
No, I see myself more of a comedian. I'm not like just like getting my dick out or like, you know, yelling out slurs. Like that's just cringe. I do bits. Like I do this bit where I get
your former
angry.
co-host was a shock jock.
Who, Ben? Do you think?
Yeah, I think he had a bit of shock jock persona about him from watching a lot of podcasts. He definitely was more shock jock than he was comedic, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yes and no. I think he had some good lines. He had some good ones.
Yeah.
We're going to start beef between you and my former co-host. Is that what we're doing?
Oh, I'm going to meet him when I drive there sometime soon. So,
and you're going to fight.
Am I allowed to drive to New South Wales? I would actually love to fight him. That'd be cool.
What do you mean? Are you allowed to drive to New South Wales? What do you mean? What do you mean? Of course you can drive.
To just show up at your fucking house.
Yeah, well, yes. I do like, oh, am I allowed to cross the border? Yes, you are, you stupid fuck.
Well, in some countries, I'm actually not allowed to cross the border. So that's why I'm like asking you, like, if you know what's the updates on my restrictions as a traveler, like, because, you know, that's, we probably, actually, no, sorry, we probably should keep that under wraps. That's a really bad bit. That was
the best part. The best part of this podcast is that I can call you out on bad bits. That's your bad bit for the day. Okay, if you do another bad bit, the podcast ends. So look forward to a 20-minute to a 15-minute podcast. We're 13 minutes in. That's the joke.
I could do like 30 more bad bits, and the podcast won't end. This podcast needs to keep going.
I do have something I did want to talk about because it's actually been on my mind since I found it happened. You know, so. You and I watched iDubbbz from a young age. You know exactly where this is going. We watched iDubbbz from a young age.
197,000 subs. Okay, yeah.
We watched it from a young age, and we really enjoyed his content.
Yeah.
And you know, he was had some pretty edgy content, and some of it holds up, some of it probably doesn't. And now he's with a woman. Okay, we shouldn't blame it on the woman. Anissa, Twitch streamer / currently OnlyFans performer, model, whatever you want to call it. And he has his influencer boxing event called Creator Clash. And he, you know, he's the big people have been on it. Who was on last year? Ego Raptor, the odd ones out.
Philip DeFranco?
No, Philip DeFranco did not box. You fucking idiot. I wish you did your actual fucking research. That's fine. No, Graham Stephan, the financial YouTuber, he fought someone. I did a thing, fought as well. I can't remember who he fought though. Regardless.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and he actually did a pretty good job. I think he might have won, maybe. Regardless.
Was Tabiscus
and this year,
on that?
No, didn't he die? Didn't. No, I'm thinking of Total Biscuit.
You're thinking of the other.
Tabascus, no, he didn't know. He's cancelled. He was.
Jesus.
But no. So there was a YouTuber called Froggy Fresh. Froggy Fresh made a joke about Oh, I can't remember what the exact joke was. It was something about, he made a joke about his, Anissa and her OnlyFans. Like, oh, people should, maybe if I lose, I'll sub to her OnlyFans or some shit like that. Shitty little Twitter joke that was like, harmless. And then like a day later, Creator Clash put out a tweet saying there's been a change in the lineup and he'll be no longer fighting. We'll announce the replacement. This is also for charity, and he's been training for so fucking long. And like, you can't actually reply to the tweet either. That's the other thing. I didn't know, if you knew that. Creator Clash is like, stop replies to that tweet.
The insecurity.
I don't understand the fact that Anissa, yes, she has an OnlyFans. Good on you. Do what you want. And then it's like, okay, you have this OnlyFans, and then you're being a boxing promoter, and then somebody makes a joke in sort of like I don't know. I guess you can sort of compare it to sort of like wrestling, tongue in cheek, yes. But it's like, it's wrestling promotion in terms of, he's cutting a promo, he's making a joke at the expense of, well, I guess maybe it was because it was at the expense of one of the organizers, and it wasn't just at the expense of his actual opponent. But like, I don't know, you have an OnlyFans. Are we not allowed to like, I don't know, shouldn't it be just like water for ducks back?
Do you reckon Froggy Fresh was just testing the waters to see what he could get away with, to see how far he could go or was he genuinely just called out for just a moment of madness, like thinking that he could say that and it wouldn't get him canceled? I don't know.
I think it's the latter. I think it's just like the latter. He just made a joke, an offhand little Twitter video it was. I don't know. I just don't think it's that deep. Like, it's not like she stopped doing OnlyFans and she hates the business. She still has an OnlyFans. It's still active.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I feel like joke. That. Correct. And it's not like, at whose expense? What, hers? The organizer of the event? Like, so you're saying that like in professional wrestling, people can make fun of like people's like fucking heroin addictions and they can move on. And actually, they don't even do that. They give each other permission to, use this in a story. I guess it's slightly different, but it's just like a little, I don't know, it's harmless to me.
Doesn't it remind you though of Jada Pinkett Smith at the Oscars giving Will Smith like the death eyes, like, you better do something about this? Do you reckon that's what she did when she saw that? She just like, just gave iDubbbz
that is the
death
perfect
eyes,
analogy.
Like, you better do this. Good.
I think so. I think, you know what? I think you're on the money. I think that, and, iDubbbz is with a woman that he loves. Good on ya. But that, like, he's a bit of a simp for her. And I'm sorry, but like, I don't know. Not to say, old iDubbbz wouldn't have done this. But it's, if somebody makes a joke about your OnlyFans, just fucking like move on. It's the internet. People have said much, much worse about her.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a bit of a fake alpha syndrome, maybe. Maybe he's a little bit insecure, maybe a bit of fake alpha syndrome. He was definitely that guy who made like so many edgy jokes, maybe went overboard. And I think the people who like going overboard with that sort of thing are probably potentially hiding a few insecurities. At least he was the same. He was shitting on someone every video. You think that someone who's doing that every single video is probably hiding a few insecurities of their own. So iDubbbz was doing a similar thing, and now he's trying to, create this promotional business of the Creator Clash wrestling event, and he's kind of got egg on his face when stuff like that happens. Oh, just goes to show how pointless this is.
Okay, fuck you. It's a great event. No, but the other thing is, it's for charity. It's not like they're making money off it. It's all for charity. They do get paid like a base rate from charity. The other thing though that really got to me was, so I listened to Keemstar. He did like a Twitter space, which is like a live audio thing.
Of course he did.
And he pretty much said, he thinks that it might have happened because of Froggy Fresh's, I don't even know how much the association is with Sam Hyde. So the whole iDubbbz, Sam Hyde documentary, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, that was great. Sam Hyde completely played him for a fool there.
He absolutely did. And I think he's still like, sort of like, I don't, like, they banned him from the event. He bought like fucking 5 front row seats. for the event, for charity. And I guess like Sam Hyde is a bit of a shock jock. He's a bit of
cringe.
What, buying the wait, which bit? Buying the tickets or banning him from the event?
Oh, sorry. It's so cringe banning him from the event. Why would they upload their documentary on Sam Hyde? Just be like, yeah, well played, Sam Hyde, and then ban him from future stuff. Like, you can't go back on that. That's so bad. Oh,
I agree.
The whole
Do you know where
brand is destroyed? The whole iDubbbz brand is gone.
Do you know where the Sam Hyde iDubbbz, like the conflict started?
Oh, was it a Kickstarter crap video where he talked about he thought it was a real project and it was a Sam Hyde troll project, and iDubbbz was reacting to it as though it was someone who was serious, and Sam Hyde was like, "Gotcha." Is that where it started?
And that is pretty much the story. I think the only other relevant piece of information from what I remember is that I think Sam Hyde actually claimed the video, like as a joke, and then said, "Oh, I think that's what it was." He claimed the video and said, "I'll let go of I'll let go of it if you like apologize in video form or some shit like that." And it was just like, basic. It's not even that like bad. More, I think it's like, haha, that was funny. But like he sort of like held on to that for like a very, very long time. I don't know. I like iDubbbz. I would love to collab with iDubbbz. I would, I think he's a nice person. However, I feel like he's gotten lost in sort of his own morals, it seems. I'm not trying, like, you know what, Sam, we're just hosting a podcast. Like, we're just two white guys talking about this sort of shit. But from what I can see, that's what it comes off as. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and I think that comes a lot from, his content not really being relevant to current times, and him trying to change things up and grow his brand in a different way. And I also think there's been so many moments where his brand's been damaged in recent years. I think the Sam Hyde one, actually interesting, you actually bring that up and not talk more about the simp thing. I think the Sam Hyde thing is more of a brand damaging thing than anything that happened with the simp thing, because Sam Hyde is obviously so intelligent with his ability to con people, and that one was just the ultimate con on iDubbbz. That was hilarious, like so funny. Everything about that, the fake girlfriend, the fake office, his car, going for a ride in the car, that was just brilliant. And I think iDubbbz lacks I guess I want to say, he's just too insecure. He lacks the emotional intelligence to pick up on, like, sarcasm, and when someone's just wants to lightheartedly take the piss. I don't think he's sure of himself enough. I think he's too insecure to be able to work in this modern landscape on social media, and that's why I think he's dying a bit, especially recently with all this stuff. And I think I still respect him a lot. I love the old Cancer Crew videos. They're fantastic. I agree. I would love to work with iDubbbz if I had the chance. I'm the same. But, everyone has to meet their end. No one can live forever. Only Matthew Winter can live forever.
Shit, man. Moving on. No, but I think the other thing with that, though, is maybe this conversation has like ruined our chance, because to even like collab with him. Do you know what I mean? Well, I don't know.
It probably has given on recent events. But yeah, based on that.
See, that's the thing. And it's like, just a link to like, even like the fact that I used to interview people on podcasts. He is somebody I'd like to have on, and just to have him share his sort of side. It was like after, Gus Johnson does like sketch comedy videos. And there was the whole thing with Sabrina, who was his maybe fiance, just partner. And it was something about like there's an abortion in there somewhere. Very, very heavy stuff. But he went on Pay Money Wubby's stream to discuss it. And it's like, I would like this podcast to be a place where we can have difficult conversations with people. But in just a like, I don't know. Like in a
non-exploitative way.
Exactly. Like I wouldn't go, iDubbbz tells all about Anissa pegging him in his room. I don't know if I can just... I wouldn't ask him about that. Or do you get pegged? That's something. We're not that type of.
Something Ben would say.
Moving on.
Definitely something he would say. Have you been
Yeah, that
pegged?
is
Did
something.
you get pegged? You did, didn't you?
No.
You got pegged. That's
no, he
word
would
for
say that.
word him in a previous pod.
He
coming
did
for you,
he did say
Ben.
that. I've got nothing else to say about that.
Confirmed.
I think just
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still gonna watch the event. I took work off for it, just so people know. Keen to watch some I don't know, epic mealtime fight one of my favorite wrestlers, John Morrison. Keen.
Well, I mean, it's your thing, so.
See, when I said
was
that to you,
laughing when
no
said you took work
bullshit.
off for the first
When I
one.
said, yeah, exactly. When I said it, you're like, oh, you're just going along with the trend, mate. That's basically what you said.
Yeah, but now that I think about it, I would take work off for something I'm really passionate about that other people would think is so stupid. So I can't talk. I think I'm just talking shit a bit there, buddy.
You are.
I think I was
You
talking a bit
absolutely
of
are.
smack.
Hold
out.
Just a minute. Called out. Hello? I don't know. I'm recording a podcast right now, Mum. I told you I was recording. No, why the fuck would I just be randomly talking?
Has anyone seen that scene in the bench warmers where he's just like, he's in his basement and the mum's just like, sweetie, I made some casserole for you. He's like,
Sam,
oh, look at this thing I made. It's a pterodactyl. That's very nice,
right?
dear.
You know what? Everyone's going to see this part of the
referring to the
podcast
scene.
now, and I'm going to get laughed at.
No. I was just making it so much worse for you by referring to that scene in the bench warmers where the dude's in his basement and he's made the pterodactyl and his mum's like, Marcus, honey, your old friend's here to see you. And he hides in the castle. His old high school bully comes down the stairs.
Are you right? Are you done? Are we finished? You do realise I had many more options over co-hosts. You know, there was.
Oh, and you chose the best one possible. Holy crap!
Yeah, I chose the guy who still lives at home and he's recording in a basement.
That's the irony. I'm saying that, but I'm in a basement
Situation.
too, still living at home. You know,
but at least I
that's
have
what makes it so great.
at least I have my pride. I don't.
Yeah,
lost it a
all
long
right,
time
mate.
ago. Lost it a long time ago.
No.
No.
on, mate. Fire up.
It's my. What do you mean fire up? What do you mean by fire up? What are you trying to say to me
Get
right
back
now?
on the horse.
Are you trying to motivate me to what? Get back on the horse?
I am trying to motivate you.
Come
You're
on,
low in
mate. Get back on the
confidence and you've
horse.
gotta
I'm
get
not
back on
low
the
in
horse.
confidence. I am the most
just
confident
said that you lost your
person.
pride a long time ago.
It's called a gimmick. I live it. I live it every day.
All
It's a
right,
gimmick.
well, I guess we don't know if he's serious or not, folks.
Oh,
We
yes,
have no
he
way of
does.
knowing what the truth is. And see, a weird way of saying what I said, mimicking that. It's just
I'm a modern day Andy
standards for
Kaufman.
comedy.
Do you like that one? Andy Kaufman.
Gee, that's a big shoes to fill. Holy moly!
No, he actually had a pretty regular foot size. Woo!
That's so.
Speaking of comedians, I watched a podcast the other day with Seth Rogen was getting interviewed. And do you know that he was like the breadwinner for his family? Yeah, I know I can't do it. He was the breadwinner for his
Did he
family.
save his family's financial?
Yeah, because they lost
had
their jobs when he was
financial
like
woes and he saved
16.
them.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Because he was on Freaks and Geeks for years and years, and he was
That's
getting
right.
paid more money than his
Judd
dad had ever
Apatow.
been paid. Good show, actually. Quite good.
Oh my god! I mean, yeah. When you have no money left, the dad wouldn't give a shit about that. He'd just be happy that his son's doing well, I guess. But that is kind of awkward. The son stepping in to save the day. That's something you'd love to do. No.
What you say? I'm gonna have children, and I'm gonna like go. Oh, maybe you should get into theater or into YouTube, and we'll make lots of money, like Ryan's toy reviews.
You
think I'm gonna be
you'd
that-
be
that's
one
your
of those
dad?
helicopter, like one of those crazy psycho parents that makes their kid a professional in something.
Fuck yeah. Specifically, like unboxing YouTuber. Absolutely, my kid. I'm gonna buy them all the toys, and they'll be like, "Daddy, why is the camera out again?" I said, "Just fucking open the fucking present, cunt." And it'd be like, "Why does Daddy?" She'd go to the mum. Why is Daddy swearing at me? And she goes, Just open the fucking present card. No. Look, my kids.
Oh my god, it's iDubbbz 18-inch dildo. See, that proves that he still lives on somehow with some sort of comedy.
What? Okay, I have a question. I was just thinking about this before. So iDubbbz, Filthy Frank,
Yeah.
Max Mofo, those sort of guys. I was gonna say like, oh, what is like this generation's version of that? But I guess it is like what Cold Ones is now. Like it's sort of like it's
No.
partially like. No, it is because it's like it's more family friendly. It's YouTube friendly.
Close. Nah.
You don't think?
What? Nah. Well, what they made back then was just like that was just the height of just stupid shit being somehow completely hilarious. And I think Cold Ones is not even remotely in the realms of what those videos were. Those videos were fucking special, man. I'm sorry that I know this sounds stupid and it sounds like I'm fanboying, but if you go through every YouTube video, every channel I've ever watched, and you ask me, hey, what's your favorite series, or hey, what's your favorite video, the chances are I'm gonna say it's a Cancer Crew video. My favorite series is those collabs by far, because it's just it's a different. It hits different. It's so fucking funny watching them back. Some of the jokes in those videos, and it's all like nothing was written. They just did random shit, and somehow it just like blended perfectly. And like, yeah, this sounds a bit weird, but like the chemistry between those three YouTubers, I don't think that's ever. I mean, Sidemen. Everyone thinks Sidemen's the hot shit, but I just think Cancer Crew is the best trio in the history. And I'll include anything for views. I'll make it. It'll be foursome.
See, I don't know. I think that like these days it's like, you know, like, I don't know, as you were saying, the Sidemen and like those sort of like YouTubey groups. I think it's just like a whole different thing. Do you know what I mean? Like for what I feel like the type of content that like with the Cancer Crew, like I feel like back then, if for us it was the Cancer Crew, for the people then, I feel like it'd be people like, they would look back on some of the specific people I'm thinking is like, did you ever see like the Darth Vader, like he owned like a grocery store? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No clue what you're talking about.
Grocery store. So these guys, I think it was someone films. Darth Vader, grocery store, Chad Vader, day shift manager. And he was a shift manager at a supermarket called Empire Market. It was made by Aaron Yonder and Matt Sloan. What group are they a part of? They're part of something. I know this, surely. Because this is like, what year? 2006 to 2012. These guys.
Oh, wow. It's going back.
Where is it? I just saw it. Blame Society Productions. And they're still around. And they're like much older and not as big now. But they did like a web series. They did a web series about like, you know, Chad Vader. And he's like, and there was like another manager. He was like the night manager. He like hated Chad. And like that was like that generation sort of like comedy thing, alternative. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, you wouldn't see this on TV. As well as Brandon Rogers. And like there was 2 specific series that he released. Do you know Brandon Rogers?
I have heard the name. I'll probably know the content. Was he Aussie?
Okay,
No,
American from LA.
Okay,
but
I
if I look at his playlists, I need to find it. He one of the specific ones was Theatre Class, where he played a character that hosted. It was a theatre class basically. There was another series he did, and it was like a neighborhood watch sort of thing. You would have seen this viral video where it was like, it was like something about kids. It was like, Brandon Rogers kid joke. Fuck me. I really wish I knew the joke. Do you know what's worse than a rapist? A child. A child rapist.
Oh.
Have you seen? Yeah, do you know that clip I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's from one of the web series.
That's a famous meme.
It is. But it was originally in a web series like literally 15 years ago. Which is...
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know. That's generations. So like I wonder what like is around now in that sort of like haha funny YouTube sort of thing that is going to be like the next generation's haha funny. Remember this on YouTube thing.
Nothing. Nah, I don't know. It
Dream?
works differently for everyone.
Dream.
Oh God, you've got to be
The
kidding me, mate.
mask is. That's what the
Gosh, to be
point
kidding
of
me.
the mask is. It's a good song. It's
So,
actually like a banger. I wear a
so bad.
mask with a smile. Something of a time. I don't know the fucking lyrics. It's a banger though. I can tell you that much.
Is there
The
like
mask
a device? It used
is.
to be like a gun in here. I don't know where it's gone.
I'm really glad I can't see your camera right now. Who like you know what? I don't like to make it like a fucking full YouTube talky podcast, but I'm gonna
Well, this
fucking
is
do
on
it.
YouTube. And other
You are a
podcasting
fucking
platforms.
genius. You're the funniest person I fucking know. Who are you watching on YouTube like right now? Like, what's the thing?
Geniuses and the funny. Ennui talk. I'm watching Ennui on YouTube right now.
Do they have a
videos before?
Do they have an after show?
Ennui talk.
Ennui talk? Yeah. Does it have an after show?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Well, they have an after show, and what you can do is you can pay a very small loan of $1 million, and you can watch that on the website, and it's really cool, and it's really chill. But yeah, that's a good show. I don't look. Just stick with the old YouTubers. Personally, I don't watch the I don't watch anything that's like hit to this day. I feel like YouTube was something I enjoyed so much more when I was a teenager. I'm not saying you're a man child, Matthew, if you still watch YouTube channels regularly, but I'm saying you're a man child. No, I don't know.
I've got two things. First of all, that was the worst fucking hard sell for Ennui Plus. Available at ennui.plus for $5 a month. You can get our after show every fucking week and some bonus podcasts and help us grow this fucking thing.
Yeah, I didn't know the sum. That's why I said small loan of $1 million.
$5. You used to subscribe to it and you went, nope. Seriously. You're a fuckwit. I can't believe you're not supporting the fucking dream. Anyway, number two,
like 4 months or something.
Yeah, I know. And you're like, oh, this is too expensive. It's fucking in Australian dollars now, cunt. You should be able to support it regardless.
Is it in AUD now? Oh.
It is, yeah. So that's great, isn't it? Yeah.
I might join. Probably won't.
I might join. I don't know what a lot of the things I've been watching, like I'll watch every Cold Ones video when it comes out. Some are great. Some are okay.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I think I like the fact it'd be different if they put out a video every week. That'd be a whole different thing. I watch some Rhett and Link here and there. Good Mythical Morning, just when it looks interesting and like not food related. I've been watching a lot of videos like it does, doesn't it? I watch a lot of videos of there's a few commentary channels. It's not really commentary, but it's like YouTube doco, and they're talking about e-girls who are secretly murderers. You know, e-girls who secretly like murdered their partner. Like, there was an OnlyFans girl who she called the cops and said, "Oh, I found my boyfriend, my big black boyfriend. I opened the door and he was like bleeding out of his stomach and help." Turns out there were security cameras like next door that caught the whole thing, and she was like, "I wish you were fucking dead. I wish you were fucking dead," and like stabs him. And she was an OnlyFans chick.
What the hell?
Yeah, real. That's sort of my kink. My kink is to get stabbed and killed by a girl.
So they're now making true crime documentaries on modern internet celebrities.
Correct.
On OnlyFans. You just hate. Oh no. I just
terrible.
hate to think how that becomes a thing, but yeah, I guess there's been worse.
Oh, there's been worse. There's been heaps. I actually watched one and it was there's a series by this guy, Turkey Tom, and he does like a insert word degenerates. So there was like these like, I think it was like anime degenerates, and it was specifically people who had written like, it was manga degenerates, and they did manga they were like, you know, big manga producers, and it turns out they were like trying to like fondle little girls. Shit like that. I watch a few documentaries on YouTubers and streamers as well, like ones that it's like they have an interesting story, even though if you haven't heard of them before.
Yeah.
I don't know that because I like YouTube and I like Twitch and I like that, you know that subculture.
doesn't it just leave a sour note to like whatever business they were into? Doesn't it just like completely bring down the reputation of that when you hear stories of that shit? Like you get groups of people that would start thinking that every person that makes manga or whatever is just fucked in the head. Like the whole weeaboo thing that happened that went down on the internet of everyone just being like, you're a fucking weeaboo. Like even you dipped your foot in that craze at one point.
Yeah, I did.
Like everyone that just like ruined the reputation of weeaboos.
But like,
Probably
okay,
rightfully so, but of anime fans, I guess.
I will say, like, I don't think like weeaboo. Like, okay, I got nothing against like weeaboos or weeaboo scum or furries or like any of those like different subcultures. But I'm allowed to think it's cringe, and I do. Like, I'm sorry, to me, it's cringe. I mean, it's a bit cringe to be like.
You ever seen a furry in real life?
No, but I don't really want to either. I would like to go to a convention. Can we go to like a furry convention and hang out?
Dude, I would like the smell. Could you imagine this? Oh, God.
So are you saying that all furries
would
smell?
Just be disgusting. Well, a lot of them would. It would be.
So
rainforest.
No, that's terrible.
You've heard that story of rainforest. You saw the internet historian video on that, right?
No.
You didn't.
No.
Oh my God, you would change your mind about going to a furry convention after watching the story of rainforest, because like it's gross. It's fucking gross, man. You don't want to be within like 100 yards. I did fun little story really briefly. I used to know a real life brony who was like 19 years old, and the dude was nuts. And I did a course with him for a year, and dude, like you could tell like he was into some weird shit, man. You could just tell. The more he talked about his interests in being a brony and a part of the brony community, the more uncomfortable. You just quickly knew that he wasn't. There's no such thing as a 19-year-old being into My Little Pony and not being a little bit fucked in the head. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not normal.
What was it about? Like, what would he say that would creep you out? Like, let's get deep into this.
Nah. Well, I blocked it out of my head at this point. I don't know.
Do you want to keep it for behind the paywall, or are you?
I think behind the paywall. Are you scared to say? I'd have to remember. No, I'm not scared to say. I actually can't remember at the moment. But there were many things he said where we were all just like, dude, you can't go outside like anymore if you're gonna keep talking this sort of stuff. I mean, he had a few issues, but still, like and the tough part was he was a nice enough guy. He was just you were super uncomfortable around him, and he was super annoying. But you know, if you're watching, mate, kudos to you. You know, you do your thing, even though your thing, just don't break laws for the love of God, mate. Because seriously, I was concerned there for a while.
Kind of scary, isn't it? While we do sum this episode up, it would be a clip. Actually, I want to clip that.
You gotta start up the clips channel, Matthew.
I'm gonna get some clips going. I promise.
Yes.
While we do sum up this episode, as you know, we ask a question to our fans on Spotify and also in the comments on YouTube. But it's also
how much
a bit
bread do you
open-ended.
consume a week?
That's not what we're gonna fucking ask. However, we do have an Ask Ennui episode that's gonna come probably next week. Maybe the week after. We'll see how we go. But if it's not like recorded by now, you can go to our Discord, ennui.gg, and ask some questions. If not, leave a question for next month. We'd love that, wouldn't we? Ennui.gg. That's how you get to our Discord.
Bring in the questions, guys. Keep them coming. We need them.
But for today, I want to hear your best story to do with have you ever met a brony or a furry in real life?
Yeah.
Tell us. I want to know. Some of the best ones, we'll find them and we'll tell them on the podcast sometime. Maybe
exactly.
If they're good enough. And it probably
would
be
the viewers
like,
be allowed to send in audio of them telling the story and we listen to it on the podcast, or is that not allowed? So
you're going to give me something else to fucking do? Are you fucking kidding? I worked 48 hours last week, recorded a podcast, edited it.
Do this, do that. I'm sorry. 48 hours? Are you serious?
I think I did like 46 I did like 3 hours extra on
And
my
you're
days
doing
off because I
Ennui.
had to be there. Yeah, because I'm a
Guys,
motherfucking...
this guy's running a channel
G-O-A-T.
and working 40 hours a week.
I'm better than everyone, and we all know it. I'm better than you, and you know it. Thanks for listening to the Ennui Talk podcast. I'm your host,
We're better
Matthew
than
Winter.
you,
This
and
is
we
Sam
know it.
Davis. If you're
Thanks,
listening to the
guys.
After Show,
Cheers.
Ennui.plus.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.